Why did you leave me? Where did you go? Hey you guys, and welcome back to Positive LNY. My name is Aja Nakia and I'm the founder. On this channel, we like to create and maintain a positive life, a positive mind, and a positive you. Today we're going to talk about abandonment issues. If there's something you're interested in, let's go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have new videos dropping every Sunday and every Wednesday. And check out the description box below. It's some treats in there. Just check it out. This is Abandonment Issues Part 1, Living with Abandonment Issues. Part 2 is going to be caring for someone or loving someone with abandonment issues. Before we get into the symptoms, which we're about to do now, I just think it's important for you to know that I have suffered from abandonment issues. So I'm not speaking from something I read or something I heard or something I watched. I'm speaking from my own life experience with a smidget of research added to it. There are a lot of symptoms to having abandonment issues, and I will link the entire list in the description box down below. But for now, we're going to talk about the major symptoms. So, the first major symptom is just indulging in shallow relationships. You feel protected because you know this relationship isn't going anywhere. And if the person leaves, you're okay. The second symptom is sabotaging relationships. So when you feel like the relationship is getting too good and you feel a connection with this person, you feel like you're going to the next level with this person, you tend to do something stupid, something idiotic, something that you know will upset this person to the point where they might want to leave you. You sabotage it because you know in your mind, hey, they're going to leave me anyway. Let me give them a reason to leave me. I know it sounds twisted, but that's kind of how people with abandonment issues think. The third symptom is you are super clingy with unhealthy relationships and unavailable people. It's almost a coping mechanism because if it's unhealthy, when it ends, you're not going to be hurt. You're going to be better. If this person is emotionally unavailable, you don't have that fear of getting too attached to them. Number 4, you need constant reassurance. You need to hear, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. I'm here for you. You need to hear those type of statements constantly, daily even. Number 5, separation anxiety. So let's say you live with your mate and your mate goes to work. As soon as they walk out the door, you feel this anxiety. You feel the pressure of not having them right there beside you. All right, number 6. And number 6 is kind of like a duh, but a fear of being alone. Abandonment issues is literally the fear of being alone. It's the fear of it just being you and the fear of someone that you love or someone that you care about leaving. So now that we've talked about the symptoms, some of you may be thinking, well, doggone, that sounds like me. How did that happen to me? Well, I'm about to talk about the causes right now. So one of the main causes of abandonment issues is death. So losing someone expectedly or unexpectedly, especially at a young age, can definitely cause that abandonment issue because you feel like this person left you and left you in the world alone. The second cause can be physical or emotional abuse. So this is more of an emotional abandonment because the people that have been entrusted to care for you aren't doing it. And so you feel abandoned when you're not getting those hugs and that love, but you are getting, hit. The third cause is poverty. So you might be wondering, how can being poor contribute to my abandonment issues? Well, when you don't have those basic needs met in life, you start to fear for those emotional needs. you start to wonder, how am I going to have my emotional needs met? Number 4, relationship issues. And I know that I say this with a smile on my face, but homegirl, yeah, this is me. Well, the other ones are partly me, but this is me. Relationship issues can be divorce. It can be a parent walking out on you. As far as like the parent walking out on you thing, yeah, that can be detrimental to a child. So if you have children, no matter what the other parent is doing, please try to stay in your child's life. Just, transparency moment. We ain't gonna do this, but transparency moment. My biological dad, really did a number on me. He would tell me, hey, I'm going to come get you, and never show up. Several times during my childhood. And that killed all of my trust. At a very young age, before I hit my double digits, I did not trust men. So, if you have abandonment issues, it's time to break that cycle now. It's time. So, we have this thing, right? We do. Now we know what caused this thing, right? How do we get rid of this thing? So there are several treatments for abandonment issues. The first treatment is therapy. A good therapist, a good professional therapist, competent therapist can help you get to the root of these abandonment issues and talk you through these things. Now, I would recommend a therapist that talks more about you than them. I've had some therapists that I sat for an hour listening to their life story. I'm just like, bruh, this is not helping me. But a good, competent, professional therapist. Also, self-care. Sometimes just making sure that you are okay, concentrating on yourself. So whatever self-care looks like for you, you need to do that. Start taking care of yourself. Now, usually for me, I like to do my hair. I wash my hair. That's part of my self-care. I like to get manicures and pedicures. Now, I haven't been to the nail shop, because the world shut down. And I'm not going out yet. But those things are self-care for me. Like meditation, listening to music is definitely self-care for me. But whatever self-care looks like, that's what I want you to do. Self-care. Number 3. Now, this is what helped me. Solitude. And I know you're like, whoa there. Whoa. How you going to ask somebody with abandonment issues to go into solitude? I know it sounds so cliche, and I know that it might bother some of you, and I don't know if this is like psychiatrist approved. So when you do number 1, when you talk to your therapist, ask them about this. Facing your fears. Like literally, abandonment is just the fear of being alone. So when you go into solitude, you're alone. And then you realize you can do that self-care and fall in love with yourself. Get connected with your divine powers. Get connected with a divine being. And then you realize you're never alone. It took me to go into solitude to realize that I am never alone. Number 4, identify the cause of your abandonment issues and accept it. So, that's a heavy one. So when you identify what caused your abandonment issues, it's up to you to accept it and say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I survived it. I'm okay. And for those of you whose parents walked out on you, let me just let you know something. It's hard. It's hard as crap to forgive someone that's not sorry. To forgive someone that's not apologetic for walking out on you and damaging you. But you have to do it. Not for them, but for you. You have to. If you do not forgive them, you will not heal. Trust me. Just forgive. Accept it and forgive it. And I'm not going to say let it go, but learn from it. Number 5, healing your inner child. So you might be wondering, what? But yes, we all have our inner child inside of us. Some of us, our inner child is a pissed off little 7-year-old, and that's where the anger comes from. That's where the aggression comes from, because that pissed off little 7-year-old is still hurting and feels unheard. So you have to go within yourself and figure out, hey, I'm okay. I survived it. The next tip, shadow work. So shadow work is basically going within yourself, going into the dark parts of yourself and bringing the light to those dark parts. When I did my shadow work, I used a guided journal, and I'll link that down below in the description box. It's a guided journal, and I highly recommend it. Abandonment issues is considered a type of anxiety that people are faced with when they fear another person leaving. Now, mental health experts hadn't classified it as actual mental illness yet, and they treat it as a type of anxiety. Oftentimes, people with abandonment issues become extremely codependent, or they withdraw from healthier relationships. Abandonment issues can be physical or emotional abandonment. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have new videos dropping every Sunday and every Wednesday. And check out the description box below. It's some treats in there. Just check it out.